I mean, it's still January, right? I can still treat this like it's a New Year thing, right? 2024, what's going to happen? I'm going to be talking about the type of videos I'm hopefully going to be having over the next year. Some that I've already had recorded for a while and are sat on hard drives. I'm going to be talking about the Red Dwarf podcast coming back. I'm going to be talking about a Q&A where you can get your questions in. I'm going to be talking about a potential rebrand of the channel and probably some more stuff as well. So if you want to find out what's going to hopefully be happening on the channel over the next year, stick around. Hi, I'm Phil. And if you haven't been here before, this is a really weird one to start with. Why would you start with a channel update? But hey, I'm going to assume you've watched some of my videos before. But if you haven't, I'm Phil. This is where I talk about geeky pop culture. But today I'm mostly going to be talking about my channel and what my plans are for it in the next year. Now, if you're a long-term viewer of my channel, you might have noticed that for about a year and a half before the 60th anniversaries really started ramping up, I sometimes went months without releasing a video. I kind of a bit lost the enthusiasm for it. And the 60th anniversary of Doctor Who really reignited me and made me want to get regular videos out again. So for the first thing for 2024, weekly videos will be back. I'm going to make sure I get at least one video out a week. And in terms of what that's going to look like, this channel has always been something that I've thought of as a general pop culture channel. However, a large focus of that has been Doctor Who. And yes, that's partly because it's one of my favourite shows. But because I kind of started this channel really with the Doctor Who stuff, it's kind of also what most of you guys are here for. I could do a video on Doctor Who and it can get thousands of views. I do a video on Star Trek or the MCU, it'll probably only get a few hundred views. So it makes it very difficult to make this a general pop culture channel, which is really what I want it to be. And that's part of the rebrand that I'll be doing, hopefully, this year. I've been thinking about doing this rebrand for a couple of years. About 3 or 4, and have never gotten around to it. But I have started to make steps towards it. I've changed a few in the last year or so. Changed some Twitter handles and some things like that. So I'm getting there, but I might need some help. And I'll come to that as well in a minute. If you've got any skills that I might need to call on. But yes, it hasn't gone unnoticed that my best performing content is always the Doctor Who content. And so, you know, I've got to kind of slightly lean into that while also trying to build up the other stuff. It's something I was, you know, two and a half years ago trying to do by having weekly reviews of other shows. I was doing lots of MCU TV show reviews and Star Trek TV show weekly reviews. And that's how I was getting that other content in. And they had started to build up a little bit, you know, from when I started them and the views they would get then. Not a massive increase, but a little bit of an increase. So it was kind of working. But one of the things that really made me lose the enthusiasm of doing this channel was having to, you know, do weekly reviews of shows the whole year round. It was exhausting. And as I will continue to do Doctor Who reviews. I will continue to review new Doctor Who episodes as soon as they're out. That's not going away. But other shows, I'm just not enthusiastic about setting up a camera the minute I see a show, going and recording a review for it. Every episode. That doesn't mean I don't want to talk about those shows. It doesn't mean don't want to talk about them in a reviewing type way, but not in a kind of weekly way. That burnt me out a little bit. So I'm not going back to that. What I might do is review some shows on a season by season basis. That's one thing I might possibly do. I might start tackling things in a kind of more lore-based, information-based way. What are some of the interesting things about these franchises, Star Trek, the MCU, that we can talk about? I might do more videos that take a bit more time to research, so they don't come out very often. That's what I want to do with the kind of other stuff. Doctor Who is still going to be news. Breaking news, I will still cover it, though, I like talking about what's in the ether. That, they don't take a lot of time. The news breaks, you set up the camera, you talk about it. You don't have to make extensive notes. They're quite a handy video to just sort of get out there and keep the sort of content going. And in between that, you've got the reviews, which I'll still be doing, the theory videos, which I'll still be doing, and more. And I might do some theory videos on some other stuff as well. I would really like to get into more of the lore type stuff. And one way I'm doing that is adapting a series which I've already done for multi-platform events that Doctor Who has done. The Time Lord Victorious multi-platform event and the Doomsday platform event. I had a series called the Canon Catch-Up / Canon Update. I called it two different things, but yeah, Canon Update / Canon Catch-Up. And what that was trying to keep people abreast of what was going on in that event. Well, that's continuing. It's already had one episode out for the 14th Doctor, and I will continue it for the 15th Doctor. What my plan is for that is to do a comprehensive coverage of everything that has come out since I did the last episode of it, however long that takes, with that Doctor in it, and where those stories fit in their timeline. And I'm not just talking about TV, I'm talking about books, comics, short stories, I don't know, any computer games, anywhere where a piece of media has that Doctor in it. I want to cover it in the Canon Catch-Up, and I want to talk about where it fits in that Doctor's timeline. And that is what that series is going to be for. To keep an ongoing, from the very beginning of a Doctor's life, the 15th Doctor in this case, life going through. We've had one episode of the 14th. The 14th Doctor is a relatively short one. It's a 2-part series. Part 1 is already out, you can go watch that now. Part 2 will be along shortly. And that covers the comic books, the short stories that the 14th Doctor, the CBeebies bedtime story is in there as well. So where are they all? I think they fit in his timeline. And then I'm going to do that for the 15th Doctor as well. And I would like to do some more in-depth, highly edited lore type videos, but they do take time. The editing on them takes so long, and I can't get weekly videos out doing it that way. So to fill in the in-between time, we'll have some commentary, we'll have reviews, we'll have breaking news, all of that sort of stuff will still be here for Doctor Who. And the aim is to have at least one Doctor Who video a week, and hopefully something else that week as well from another franchise. One of those things, though, is going to be the Red Dwarf podcast, which has been on hiatus for the last year, but it is coming back. We have myself and Adam Martin have like 8 episodes already recorded, which we recorded over a year ago, which I need to edit, and we have started recording again. We recorded something about a week ago, we're recording something tomorrow night, we've ramped up the recording again, so I just need to get off my ass and do the editing for that. So that's something that's going to be coming as well very soon. I haven't got an exact date yet, but it is coming back. So if you're a fan of Red Dwarf and our Everybody's Dead Day Red Dwarf podcast, it'll be available on this channel and on podcast networks. Apple, Spotify, all of those places you can get your podcasts. Another thing that I want to start back up is the live streams I did. These are pop culture chat live streams, which I did once a month, and I did them for about a year. And the general gist is just to talk about what's going on in Doctor Who, in other places, just the chance to discuss live with you, the audience, anybody that tunes in, maybe get some guests on to talk about it as well. Any news that's broken, anything that's been on recently, any Comic-Con news, anything like that has happened, in that month, the previous month, and just chat about it, really. I want to start that back up again. It was quite fun. Didn't get a huge audience, but it got enough that it was fun to interact with people while I did it. So I want to start that again as soon as I can. I'm going to aim for the second Tuesday in every month. I don't know if I'll be ready to do it for February, but it should be ready for March. So that's the kind of content things that I want to get out over the next year. I have I have a handful of videos which I've recorded ages ago that are on my hard drive that I need to edit, and they are various things from up to 5 years ago. So the 5 years ago one is when I very first started this YouTube channel. I had a series called Doctor Who Rebrief, where myself and 2 friends sat down on a couch, watched the entirety of a William Hartnell serial, and did a review of it. And we called it Doctor Who Rebrief. It was a spin-off from my friend's show on his channel, which he no longer does this type of content. But yeah, we got as far as, I can't remember, we got the one I have recorded is one for the chase. We were working our way through. We got to the chase. I recorded it with my friend Chris, because Rob had kind of dropped out by that point. But my friend Chris, we recorded it about 5 years ago, never released it, and I kind of stopped that series. But as the footage is there, I kind of need to find a way of using that. I'll use that. Also have a Big Finish thing that I recorded maybe about 4 or 5 months ago of my collection of Big Finish that I've got here. I need to get released. That's already out of date because I've already got more, but I still need to, I filmed it all. I can't film it again because half of it's up the loft now, but I need to get that out as well. I've got a mystery Doctor Who book unboxing thing from Zavi, which I recorded, God, probably a year ago now, that's sat on my hard drive. I've got a reaction that my daughter did to the TV episode Rose, which has again been there for about 2 years on my hard drive. I'm unsure if I'm going to release that one at all, because I did a reaction. I recorded my 3-year-old son watching the Daleks in colour and released that, which I thought was a very cute video, but it didn't do very well. So I don't know if people really want to see that stuff. Let me know if you do. I might put it together if there's enough demand for it. So we've got all of that is what I'm planning for the year. And I also mentioned a rebrand. This is a rebrand that I've been talking about for a while, or thinking about for a while, because my YouTube channel is just my name, and I kind of feel it needs a bit more of an identity rather than just my name. My name can still be in there. In fact, my name is in there with the name that I came up with. It is also now my Twitter handle. It is the handle that YouTube has, apart from that, you can search for me on. And it's Culture Filter. Filter spelt like my name, Philter, filter. So this is kind of a bit of a play on words. So I kind of want to rebrand the channel to that. I don't know if it's going to be like Philip Hawkins, Culture Filter, or Culture Filter, Philip Hawkins, or just Culture Filter. I'm not sure yet. But I want to do something around that. I really need to update my whole look of the channel, because all of the graphics that I use on my channel, all the banner art, all the thing that slides in at the beginning of every episode, sometimes with the TARDIS on, sometimes with something else on. Yeah, I first used that in 2017, 6 years ago. Yeah, my channel has just looked the same for 6 years. I kind of really desperately need an update. So I haven't done it because I keep putting it off. I keep going, I can't make something that looks better than that. So I'm putting a call out here. Look, if you have skills of creating artwork, animations, whatever, something that would look good that could replace that, get in touch. I would be interested to hear from you. I don't have a budget for this channel. That doesn't mean I won't pay you. I might pay, I want to pay people that do the work. I just don't know. I don't know what these things cost. And so I don't know if I'm going to be able to pay someone, or if I'm just going to have to go, well, I'll have to do it myself. But if you've got the skills, get in touch. I can give you a rough idea of what I'm looking for in terms of, because I've got some ideas of kind of what I want to happen. I just don't know how to implement it. I do want to teach myself more Adobe After Effects, but finding the time to do it is just impossible. So we don't know about that. So get in touch if you think you've got the skills and want to have a go, or just want to talk to me about it. I don't make any promises that I'm gonna hire you, but if I can, I will. If I think you can make me something that fits what's in my head, then great. Oh, and like a year or so ago, I reached 5,000 subscribers, and I was gonna do a various load of videos, and then I never did them. So I'm gonna do a Q&A to celebrate 5,000 subscribers, even though I'm kind of almost to 6,000 now. It's kind of a 5,000 subscriber Q&A. So leave questions below if you want them. I might do another video, just say, hey, leave your questions. And what else was there? Was there anything else? Oh, yes. So, the other thing I was thinking about, and I would like your opinions on this. I was wondering whether or not I start a Patreon. Because in my head, for years, I've always had this thing where I've been, well, no, I can't do that. What would I offer? And I still don't entirely know what I would offer. And also I was like, I don't have enough subscribers to do a Patreon. And in my head, the number was always like, I definitely would never do one before I hit 5,000 subscribers. Now I've passed that, I still haven't done it because I've been like, I don't know what I would offer. What would I offer to the various tiers or whatever? If you can let me know if you think I should, if what you think, what might entice you to sign up for a tier, if there was something in there. I don't know what I would put in there, but I'm interested in the possibility. So let me know in the comments below any suggestions you have for that as well. I think that's it. I think that's everything that I was going to cover. I recorded one of these for last year and then never released it, which is probably good because I probably would have said much of this very similar thing to what I've just said, and I didn't do any of it last year. So hopefully actually putting this out will kind of be the kick up my ass to do most of this stuff this year. Hope you're enjoying watching the channel anyway. If you stuck to this video to the end, thank you very much. Let me know because, hey, I don't know how many people watch these kind of things right to the end. And I will be back for more Doctor Who and other pop culture videos soon. So thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing if you are a subscriber. And I will see you again soon. Goodbye.